Hello everyone, today I'm gonna talk about why men fall in love with you when you don't sleep with them right away. Because I often had conversations with my friend where they told me that they slept with the guy right away and then he basically ghosted her or he didn't treat her as good as he treated her in the beginning. And I'm not saying that once a guy sleeps with you, chances is that he won't sleep with you again. But there is a high chance that once he sleeps with you too early on, that he will not see you as girlfriend material. First of all, he will think to himself, if I slept with her so easily, if she slept with me after the first or second date, with how many men in the past did she do the same thing? This will discourage him right away to see you in any serious sort of way or commit to you in the near future. I do believe that a guy knows right away what he wants when he meets you, and every other meeting is just a confirmation for him. But no matter how much he likes you, it's always better to make him wait, because then the desire he has for you will also grow more and more. And once he does actually get the chance to sleep with you, he will also see it as a reward. He knew that you weren't so easily to get with, especially when it comes to the bedroom. However, if you go with him on the first date, he speaks to you cute little nice words and you immediately fall for it, and then you jump with him straight into bed, what makes you think that he will take you seriously? Because he won't. And it's not only about, oh my god, I will make him wait to sleep with me because then he will like me more. First, you need to think to yourself, why would you let anyone inside your body so easily? You don't even know the person after a few dates that you went on. Only know what he told you about him. And trust me, men are all good at talking, but you will only get to know him through his actions. It's more about the deeper concept of why would you even let anyone inside your body if you don't even know them properly. There's also no rule when is the right time to sleep with him, because some girls, they might wait 90 days to sleep with a guy and he will still ghost her after he got what he wants. You really need to feel the dynamic and whether he's actually into you. Regardless of the scenario, he will respect you way more if you make him wait, because it will feel like a reward to him. And you will also not get a lazy man. Let me tell you, if you sleep with him too soon, the probability that he is going to be a lazy man for you is extremely high. And why is he lazy? Because he already got the ultimate source of validation, which is having sex with you. And once he gets that, he thinks to himself, do I need to put more effort with her if I already got what I want? However, if you make him wait to sleep with you, first of all, he will have immense respect for you, and it's extremely important to be respected, because once a man has respect for you, he also approaches you differently, and he also understands that he needs to invest time in you. So now, having explained this, let's jump into the 5 points why men fall in love with you when you do make him wait. First of all, it's all about the power dynamic. Don't let them fool you. But once you end up sleeping with the guy, you also end up giving him all the power, because he already got the validation that he needed. However, if you are in your talking stage and you don't sleep with him right away, guess where all the eggs are? In your basket, because you have the power to decide what you allow him to do or not to do. And that's extremely important. And when you also wait to sleep with him, and don't think if you sleep with him months later, then you're powerless and then he has all the power. Because by the time you end up sleeping with him, he is already going to be so invested in you that he's not only want to have sex with you, but there's a way higher likelihood that he will also want to be committed to you, because he invested into you emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Which also brings me to my next point, that the reason why men fall in love when you don't sleep with them right away is because of investment. Just think about it. You started your own enterprise and you invested your time and energy in it. And then a sponsor comes and he tells you, I'm going to sponsor you $10,000, and you promise him in return that you will make so much profit in the next month. And then the next month comes and your enterprise isn't going so well, but then you understood you need to change something and it's going to give the sponsor profit this month or in the upcoming month. So you give the sponsor hope. What do you think the sponsor is going to do? He's going to tell you, no, thank you. I will lose all my money and I will just invest it somewhere else. Or do you think the sponsor has hope that it will work out because he already invested $10,000 in your enterprise, so he has no problem of waiting to see your success in this month or in the upcoming month? The sponsor will most likely still invest in your enterprise because from his perspective, he already invested $10,000. So if he backs out now, he will get nothing from it. He will just lose all his money. That's how you also need to think when a guy invests in you. Not only is he investing in you with his money by taking you out on nice dates, but he's also investing his time and energy in you. And the longer you see him, the more hope you give him. And one day he will be able to sleep with you. By the time that happens, he will be already so invested emotionally and physically that even when he sleeps with you, he understands that he likes you so much that he wants to be in a relationship with you. Number 3, it's all about access to you. When you sleep with a guy right away, it might happen that he will sleep with you again or multiple times because he enjoyed it, but it doesn't mean that he is in love with you, because a guy doesn't fall in love with you through having amazing sex with you. He falls in love with you when you are absent from him and when he understands that he cannot have always access to you and that he needs to work for it. However, if you sleep with him right away or too soon, not only does his desire to sleep with you die in the long run, he also doesn't have such a big desire to have access to you. He's already aware that he got the access that he needed right away, straight up, from the beginning. There's no more mystery, which also brings me to my next point, that guys really care about representation. I'm sorry to say this, but do you really think a guy would want to be with a girl that is cheap and that he could get right away, straight up, after talking to her for an hour? Do you really think that he would fall in love with such a girl? Do you really think that he would want to cuff such a girl? And the answer is no, because guys are not stupid. If you sleep with him right away, the first thing that he thinks about is, if I slept with her so easily, how many other guys did she sleep with? His representation also goes down. The girl that the guy decides to be with and the girl that the guy decides to claim is a direct representation of who he is. And you also need to think to yourself, if the guy views you as cheap or as easy, do you really think that he would want to be with such a woman by his side? And the answer is no. That's why it's also super important that you know about the consequences when you sleep with a guy too early on, especially if you are a girl who didn't only sleep with one guy, but with multiple guys in the same friend group in the past. What do you think is the likelihood that this guy will take you seriously? And the chances are absolutely zero. Guys talk just as much as girls do. And all the guys know in the friend group, wow, I smashed this girl. Oh, buddy, I smashed her as well. And guys all talk about it. So when he knows that you are easy to get with, most of the time he's just going to pursue you to also prove to himself that he can get you as easily as all of his friends did. Also, the worst thing that you can have as a girl is having a reputation that you are extremely easy to get with, that every guy smashed you left and right. Because at the end of the day, if you allow everyone to sleep with you, your value goes automatically down. And no one will see you as the dream girl or a girl that any guy would fall in love with. Which leads me to my last point, ego. As you may know, both men and women can have high egos, especially when it comes to men. How do you think a guy gets his ultimate source of validation? Through you sleeping with him. And he knows, yes, I'm the shit. I could get her. I got what I wanted. Let me move on to the next one. However, if you don't sleep with him right away, he needs to get validated through you through different ways. Whether that's verbal validation, whether that's him taking you out and you telling him how great he is. The process of getting to know you becomes way interesting for him, which also gives you a higher chance that you will end up being the girl that he falls in love with and the girl that he will ask to be in a relationship with. And if the guy doesn't put in any effort anymore, the moment he realizes it's hard to sleep with you and suddenly he puts in no more effort, well, then here's your answer. He was just with you to sleep with you. By you waiting to sleep with him, you can also easily distinguish the serious guys from the unserious ones. The guy puts the same effort into getting to know you despite knowing that he will not be able to sleep with you right away. It's when you as a girl know that the guy is there for the right purpose. However, if you make it very clear from the beginning, not verbally, but through your actions, that you're not so easy to get and you are not so easy to sleep with, and then you see that suddenly the guy doesn't put in any effort anymore, well, then why would you need him anyway? Why would you want an unserious guy in your life? Doesn't want you, but just wants to prove to himself and for his ego that he can get you into the bedroom. A guy makes for him a choice at the very beginning if he would like to pursue you, if he would like to get to know you, or whether he just wants to smash. All in all, making a guy wait to sleep with you will always give you as the girl the benefit, because not only will it force him to actually get to know you beyond the physical level, it will also make him invested in you and he will also have the ultimate respect for you. And that's exactly what you as the girl should want. I hope you learned something from this video. If you did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next week.